Check, 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 1, 1.
I don't hear it. I don't hear it coming through my programs. The only place it might go is to audio. Jay's got that muted to himself.
They're gonna get that live when he comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know, thanks, all this, Jim.
Yes. Howdy. Hello. Let's see, down there on the left, two little things. Yep. Okay. Okay, sounds good. So, move the mouse, it shows back up. All right, good enough. Start video. Okay. Hit the unmute. All right. Sounds good. All right. Bye-bye. Yeah, so your audio feeds directly to this, and then we have to hit the unmute button there.
You gotta be in mute control.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So, if I get hit by a bus,
Don't leave, you can't.
it's right there.
It's right there.
Yeah, it's down
Okay, so
below.
run off to the
If
bathroom.
you wiggle the mouse, it's right down there on the left. And if it goes to sleep, what's the password?
Capital V, Vanderbilt, 1873.
Okay. Let me make that less likely to
What's with that sign?
make noise. How you doing?
That's some good exercise in the day. Getting that camera on though. No need to go to the gym.
You got out there and
Recording in progress.
I know you hated me because I get pulled from the crowd too.
I didn't hate you. No, I did. I thought it was Bryson over there, not Bryson. Nick.
Nick was doing alright.
Other half team barbecue.
Gotcha. How much pressure I get when you go from upper to the dark side?
Doesn't matter to me. The way I look at it is, that's all part of it.
That's what you're there for.
Yeah. And that's what that stick is for. You just.
Just like me. Here to run the camera.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm gonna take a yellow pill.
Excuse me?
Yellow pill.
Okay.
Is that okay for you? We're unmuted.
Say
Miles,
we're good.
can you- Go ahead, yeah, we're good.
Myles, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
All right, thanks, man. All right, if you guys got questions for Myles Stute, please use the raise hand function. As always, Robbie, start us off, please.
Hey Miles, I guess kind of a weird game. What do you think got away from you guys a little bit during that period where they got that lead up to 11 points?
I think we got a little bit stagnant on offense. I thought we were a little bit soft on defense as well. We weren't communicating as well during that stretch. I'm not sure if it was like that group that was out there or just what it was, but I thought there's a few things we were kind of lagging on in the possession that allowed them to pull some triggers and get some open looks, as well as on the boards. They got a couple offensive boards that were really tough during that stretch that kind of hurt us. But we're definitely gonna learn from it. We're gonna pick it up and watch the film and just get better from it.
What do you think could have been better at the transition defense?
Well, it's transition defense, so just getting back, sprint back, no matter what happens on the offensive side of the ball. just getting back, finding your man, and building out like we usually do. Like I said, we were lagging a little bit on defense, and so they were able to capitalize a little bit on us, especially in that stretch, like you said. But just got to get back. It's as simple as that. Just got to run our ass back and build our fort.
Do you have any other questions for Myles? Chris Lee, go ahead, please.
Hey, Myles, foul was called there. How physical a game was that?
It was very physical. I think it was probably definitely one of the more physical games that we played so far. Probably one of the more physical teams that we'll see in the SEC. So it was a good challenge for us in the physicality department. But I don't think we shied away from it. I don't think we backed down. I think they just got a few ones to bounce their way tonight, and that was a game.
Robbie?
Specifically regarding the defense, did you think consistent effort was an issue at all, or do you think that was not?
No, I don't think it was the effort at all. I think it was the consistency. Like I said, just communicating, being sharp, being crisp with our calls. Whether it's switching something or getting to a cover on the ball or trapping the ball, whatever it was. I thought we just weren't echoing as a team like we usually do, and that kind of cost us. That lack of communication definitely cost us tonight.
Myles, thanks for your time.
No problem. Thank you guys.
All right, everyone, we got Coach Jerry Stackhouse with us. Coach, would you like to make any sort of statement, or do you want to go through your questions?
Yeah, let's start with the questions.
Chris Lee, go ahead, please.
What was called on that final possession, and where did that go wrong compared to how it was drawn up?
Well, I think we were anticipating them early on, making both free throws and possibly being down 3, and we kept the same play to try to get a late look for Trey to win the game. But eventually, if he'd have made the free throws, it would have been tied the game. But I'll take that one. I think it was one that had in Scotty head to make a pass with 6 seconds. I mean, they kind of jammed him. I think if he catches it and he has a break, then he has plenty of time to execute what we wanted to execute. But because they jammed him right there on the ball, that took a second or two for him to get into motion. And from there, we just needed to try to get a shot at the rim, either something to the basket or a 3. But it was not executed well because of the time and the jam, but it probably wasn't the right call.
Robbie? I guess in the first portion of the first or the second half or whatever, until you guys went down by 11, in that period, what do you think went south there?
It's just a good basketball team. You're in the SEC, you're going to have teams that play well. This team has been talking about, and we've been here and there. Coming into this game, they were talking about their slow start, so we knew that they were going to come out and have a lot of energy, and they did come out. I thought we even though they shot at good percentages, they took the shots that we wanted them to take. I mean, we were real conscious of them shooting the 3-pointer. In this game, they had really good 3-point shooters, even guys that hadn't shot it well. They've been very capable of shooting it. So I thought we did a good job of covering the threes. They were only 1 for 7 in the first half, but they did step up and make some mid-range twos to give them a little cushion at halftime, and they got some big efforts out of Levesque and Gray. Those guys came in and gave them some good paint points, and for us, I thought we had good looks, had some good opportunities. We had some shots around the rim that didn't fall for us, and then you look at there in the 2-point game, we still left 10 free throws, out there. We make half of those, then we're feeling a little bit better about ourselves right now.
Hey, Jerry, just curious your thoughts on your guys' transition defense in the second half and allowing some of those easy buckets that SC got that allowed them to kind of extend their lead.
Yeah, it was poor offense. It was just not even necessarily poor offense, just poor decisions. They got a lot of in transition off of our live ball turnovers. I mean, I think we do a pretty good job in our transition defense once a shot is taken and we're able to crash the boards and we get two guys back to help defend in transition, but it's hard whenever you have live ball turnovers and guys are still in the mindset of executing the play, and then all of a sudden there's a turnover, and we got to get better at that. Scotty wasn't really sharp there with some of his decisions. Thus he has 7 turnovers, but he'll clean that up and he'll be better.
Did you have another?
I did. Jerry, you guys did a lot of stuff defensively in the second half, including a lot of things that you don't do. The majority of the time there was a lot of zone. You had a lot of full court press at times. Just what was the thinking behind what you guys did defensively in the second half?
Well, we're just mixing it up a little bit. I mean, they had a pretty good. They was punching it inside. We had some foul trouble. And then Q picked up 3. Jermaine had some foul trouble. Myles picked up some. So again, just to try to protect us a little bit, we went to a little bit of a zone. We got down a little bit, so we wanted to speed the game up. We were able to create some turnovers there. We went to our 1-3-1. All things that we have in our package, but we're a good man-to-man team. So for the most part, we like to stick to our man-to-man. But when teams, are shooting, making shots, and feeling like they figured us out in our man-to-man, we have some other things that we can go to, and we went to those today.
One more, if you don't mind. Quentin got his second with about 6.5 left in the first half. He sat it down. They kept punching it inside again and again, scoring there. How much did his absence hurt you guys in that spell?
Yeah, I mean, Gray made some baskets. I mean, he was a guy that's capable. He made some tough shots. I thought we walled them up a little bit. We were a little late on the rotations. A couple times we could have came from the baseline, and we just didn't. So some poor execution, not necessarily on the guy that was guarding the post, but our weak side help was a little bit late, or a couple times non-existent. So again, things that we know how to do that we didn't execute. It doesn't seem like it loomed that big at that stage of the game, but when you get to the end of the game or end of regulation and you're down 2, it loomed a little bit larger. So we'll make sure that we try to correct those things. But basketball is a game of mistakes. We don't expect these guys to be perfect, but for the most part, things that we can't control, we want to control.
Maria?
Did Rodney tweak his hamstring a little bit? Is he okay?
No, he didn't look good. He didn't look good to me. I just didn't think that he was, he was in the minutes that he played, he was minus, 16. Just looking at that, that's not Rod. When Rod's on the floor and he's himself, he's a positive for us. So that just kind of told me that he wasn't himself tonight. We just tried to give him a couple more days to heal up. And again, like I said, you see it whenever he's out there. He eases the pressure off of everybody. I don't think Scotty has 7 turnovers because Rodney would be handling the ball a little bit more. Trey has a little bit more time. Same things that we talked about last game. When he was out there, he wasn't out there today, and we didn't execute, and we weren't as sharp down the stretch.
All right, last one from Matthew Shipley. Go ahead, Matthew.
Hey, Coach, how do you expect your team to improve, and what do you expect in the next few days as we get ready for a tough Kentucky team coming into town on Tuesday?
Yeah, every game is tough. I mean, we know that in this league, there's no nights off. I mean, South Carolina is a very good team. We knew that they were, had a couple, disappointing, out and slow starts. They were hungry. They lost at home to Auburn, so they came out and they did what they had to do. So now it's our chance to bounce back and respond. It was great to get that first win. Would have been even better to come back and start 2-0, but this one's gone. Now we just got to focus on, like I said, a very good Kentucky team that's coming in here. But we feel like we have a game plan to try to combat them, clean up some things that we didn't do well this game, and try to prepare for them and look to have a good outing on Tuesday.
Thank you, Coach. See you Tuesday.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks.